Welcome to episode 1 of Good Healthy Tea, where I spill the tea on my health journey as I work to become more whole and to heal, and I become more physically, financially, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally healthy. Thank you so much for joining. This is the first episode of the podcast. I'm gonna insert some little hooray or something right here. Yes, your girl is finally doing it. Y'all have applied pressure, okay? This whole reason that I have been marketing for quite a little while is to make myself actually do it. Because I talk a big game, but my follow through can be trash, okay? I'm not even going to hold y'all up. But episode 1 is entitled Corporate Trauma. Grin and bear it. Yeah, I'm about to spill the tea on my corporate experience. But before we get into that, I would like to start with our first segment, which is called Temperature Check. So we gotta check the temperature of this tea that we over here sipping. Okay, we gotta see what the flavor. Oh, that's good. Okay. But really, Temperature Check is the segment where I talk about my week, talk about how I'm feeling, just like a little check-in. And so for this episode's Temperature Check, your girl is feeling good, okay? Feeling good. This honestly was a good week. It did not start off good, okay? You had a breakdown on Monday, but by Wednesday, the antidepressants had kicked in. Shout out to Zoloft. This is not sponsored. But yes, I will talk some more about kind of my depression and mental health journey throughout the episodes as well. But I did start an antidepressant 3 weeks ago, and it finally kicked in this week. Yeah, I was like, this is not working. Hello, it's not working. It's not working. But I woke up Wednesday morning and I was like, oh, yes, the birds are chirping. The sun is shining. Life is great. Life is beautiful. Oh my God. That's how I was feeling. So I'm so happy to feel like myself again. I was like, when I'm depressed, I really feel unmotivated. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to lay in the bed literally all day. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I be isolating like a mug because I just don't be wanting to talk to people. But that's not who I really am. Clearly, y'all know I'm a social butterfly. Y'all know. But yeah, so this was a really, really good week for me. It's been a long week. Your girl is tired. Your girl is here recording for y'all because I said it was going to be out by the end of the month. I'm not going to tell y'all what day I'm recording this, but it might rhyme with March 67th. That was horrible. It's March 27th, y'all. I'm recording on the 27th. Yeah, so here we are. So for the first episode, before I kind of talk about my corporate experience, I really want to talk more about work and the examples of work that I saw. So my dad works in manufacturing, and he works for the automotive industry, and he just loved his job. My dad loves his job, loves the people that he works with. Like, the plant is like a little city, like it's like a little town, and you have all these people with all these side hustles. People sell dinners, people make t-shirts. Like, the plant is lit, okay? They be living their lives up in there. But my dad really enjoys his job. He enjoys the people that he works with. My dad did not go to college, but he's worked at the place that he works for over 20 years. So your boy's been in there working, and he likes it. Like, that works for him. And so my mom went to college. My mom was an accountant. She is an accountant. She likes numbers and stuff, but my mom definitely had a lot of different jobs. She worked for temp agencies and stuff. I didn't understand that as a child. But she largely worked for a lot of nonprofits. She loved what she did as well. So I saw two parents who actually really loved their work. While it looked so different and they had very different experiences to get them there, they loved their work. They really enjoyed what they did. Even though my dad was really tired because his job was physically demanded, and he would, he would work first shift, second shift, third shift. This month, 6 months on this shift, 6 months on that shift. Some days he's waking up and taking us to school and then goes home to go to sleep. Some days he's just getting in before school. Some days he's getting off when we're getting off. So his schedule was kind of all over the place growing up. But something I kind of wondered about work was, did they choose the things that they fell into, or did it feel like it was something you had to do? Because when you have a family, you have to provide for them, and you can't take the risk that I be taking, because girl will be like, F this job. Okay. Oh yeah, I was supposed to get a disclaimer in the beginning and I did not. I love the Lord, but I cuss a little bit, okay? I cuss a little bit. I'm trying to come to y'all authentic and real. And while my kind of Tierra Jones brand is very prim and proper, the Get Healthy Tea brand is the real me, okay? I'm allowing myself to let my hair down and be myself. So there will be some curse words here and there. I don't curse like a sailor necessarily. But if it adds a little spice to the story and I'm in the middle of that thing, you gonna get an F-bomb. You gonna get a B-word. I'm just letting y'all know. Because I don't want to offend nobody. You know, I do not want to offend people. I appreciate your support. And so I'm giving that disclaimer. For me, I really wanted to enjoy my work like I saw my parents kind of do. And I made my life's mission to live a life I didn't have to take a vacation from. That was so important to me. When I feel like, oh, I hate this shit, and I don't want to go to work every single day, because some days you ain't feeling it. I mean, it's work. You ain't going to play, so you ain't going to like it every day. But when I'm like, every day I wake up and I'm like, I hate my life. Oh, no. Tierra don't need to work there no more. Tierra about to bust up out of there. Okay, Tierra not going to be there too much longer. And so that was something, that's like my kind of North Star. That's like my, if I'm starting to feel like I don't know. It's something I've been working through. Like, am I flighty or am I dignified? Am I right in not being somewhere that I hate? You know what I mean? But that was something I struggled with for a long time, because I don't be at places long. I'm not gonna say how long I be at places. We're gonna talk about this job, but I don't stay long. If I don't like it, I don't stay. And it's not even like, but like, if it sucks my soul away, if every day I feel like, what if I just drove my car off the road? I don't want to come up in here. I can't be doing this for a check. You know how many people will pay me to do work somewhere? That's a whole bunch of jobs. I tell people every day, Indeed uploads thousands of jobs every day. I will go find something else. And honestly, I have had shitty jobs. Every job that I've had, pretty much. Every job has been boo-boo trash, okay? Boo trash. If you was one of my former managers, boo trash. Like, outside of John Darla, you was the real one, okay? You was a good manager. I actually had fun working at Jamba Juice. That was probably my favorite job, and that says a lot. I have worked a lot past college. Jamba Juice was my favorite job. That's what I'm gonna say to y'all. If you watching on YouTube, you see me going like, okay, yes. So that's that on that. So to give a little background, my first job out of school was working with an organization that trains you to be a teacher as you're teaching. I don't know. Some people don't be talking about where they worked and stuff when I be listening to podcasts. And I don't know, so I be trying to like, should I be vague? If you know me, you know what I was doing. So I was teaching, and I wanted to be the best teacher in the world, okay? I wanted to love the kids. I wanted to inspire the kids. I wanted to raise test scores and all that stuff. I was not prepared to do none of that, okay? That program, I tell people the program is as good at the school as you're placed at. And I was placed at a first-year charter takeover, which means somebody newly purchased it. My principal was a first-year principal. My dean was a first-year dean. Half the teachers were new teachers in the program that I was in. And so it was just horrible. It was really just a really hard job that I really didn't enjoy. I'm sorry, y'all. If you're watching me, I wrote this outline 20 years ago. So I'm trying to scan through and remember what I'm supposed to be talking about with certain things. So bear with me, okay? Y'all getting the episode. Y'all should be happy. I'm not saying be grateful for whatever I give y'all, but y'all should take whatever come out this bonnet, because your girl's hungry. I got some quiche and they're waiting on me that I'm rewarding myself with after I finish recording this episode. So know that I love y'all. But yeah, that kind of started me off. I quit. Sis taught for a month and she quit. And they were like, maybe you should just give it. No, teaching is not a job you can passively hate. And I'm going to do a whole episode on that separately. But like, from the get-go, I learned really early to kind of advocate for myself in jobs and to not take nobody's shit. period. That's what teaching kind of taught me. So fast forward. Okay, fast forward. So when I was in grad school, studying to get my master's in management, I received a job offer in October. I was in a 1-year program, so your girl was trying to get a job. And by October, we started in July, and by October, your girl had a job, okay? High paying job at that. So I felt good, you know. I'm a black woman in this program with all these white people, and I felt good. I felt good that I had a high paying job. I felt good that I was one of the first people in my class to have a job. It was like a really good company that I thought. And the process was mad stressful. So after I got the offer, I was going to be in a rotational program, and so I wouldn't receive my location until later. So they told me I would get my location in the spring, and I was like, okay, bet it up, that's cool. So I thought, but my anxiety was so bad. Like, people were getting jobs left and right, and they're like, I'll be working for this company in Houston, I'll be working for this company in Chicago, I'll be working for this company in LA. And they're like, Tiara, where you gonna be at? And I'm like, I don't know. I got a job, I swear I do, I just don't know where they're gonna have me working. And so that made me feel some type of way, but it really caused a lot of stress. I had a job in October, so November, December, January, February, March, April, May, I did not know where I was going for 7 months. Tiara is a planner. When I tell y'all I ranked my cities, which we were supposed to do for the program, I had a spreadsheet of apartments in 4 different cities. Okay, 4 different cities. I was on apartments.com, like, oh, okay, this cute. I had a spreadsheet. So they made it seem like corporate was not an option. I was not going to corporate. And so I'm like, yes, your girl about to put on some steel toes. Okay, your girl about to have a little puffing. Okay, I was my hair. Yeah, I wasn't puffing, you know. Whatever. But you know, I was just gonna have my little hair up, have on some jeans. I thought I was gonna be casual, working in the plant and, you know, manufacturing. We're kind of like everyday regular people. Like, my dad works in manufacturing, so I was actually really, really excited to get that opportunity and to get that experience. And so I was waiting for months, and they said I would know in the spring. I think they said like March maybe, but March came. March went, nothing. I think I had to keep emailing them, like, can y'all tell me something? They're like, we don't have no updates. I gave them the feedback. I don't have nobody waiting in the dark, waiting to hear from y'all. Even if it's nothing, if you send me a newsletter just to say, hey, you know, job newsletter, just so you know you still got a job, we just don't know where you're gonna be. Say something to me. Like, it was hard to feel like you're not getting any to hear silence. So I feel like, I'm pretty sure by my birthday is the 4th of May. I don't think I knew. And I think I graduated like the 21st or something. So I think between my birthday and graduation, I might have knew where I was going. Or I think, it feels like ages ago now. And these people told me that I was going to corporate in Minnesota. That's why I'm here now, y'all. That's why I'm here. They made it seem like Minnesota was not an option at all. When I tell you I was not excited, I was not excited. That was not the plan. That was not a part of the plan. That was not one of the cities that I had on my list. I spent all this time anticipating. I wasn't going to the plant. I wasn't working with regular people. I was going to corporate to be in my mind, I'm thinking all these suits, all these professionals. This is a totally different realm of what I was like mentally preparing myself for. And I was not excited until I had a talk with my manager. She gave me a call and she was like, hey, I wanted to call and introduce myself. I'm so excited for you to come, blah, blah, blah. I have all these really great things in store for you. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is going to be the best thing that ever happens to me. When I tell you, I was so happy. Like, I knew that she was going to be such a good manager. She was a woman of color. Like, sis, I knew she was it. Like, I was so excited. So, fast forward. 2 weeks later, this is June, okay? Tiara's moving to to Minnesota in July. She calls me and says, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm being promoted. So I'll be your manager for a few weeks, and then I'll be moving into a new role. But I wanted you to hear it from me, and I didn't want you to feel surprised when you got there. So I just wanted to let you know. Y'all, I cried. I had never met that lady, but I cried. I feel like inside me, I knew something was going to go wrong. I just knew. I knew that she was somebody who had intention for me. She was someone who thought about me. She was someone who was going to coach me and cultivate me. And that's what I was looking for. Like, I knew that I did not have a lot of work experience, but I knew I had talent. I knew I had skills. I knew I was the shit. And I just needed somebody to meet me where I was and help me get that shit together and be the person that I knew I had the potential to be. I needed somebody to see my potential and help me cultivate it, because I'm 26. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I need help. I need somebody to help me. And I felt like that's what I had in that manager. So I get there, and yeah, it was just so much to navigate simultaneously. So much to navigate. So much to navigate. I'm Black. I'm in Minnesota. This is my first job post-grad school. This is my first corporate job. This is my first big girl job. And it was just so much to navigate. There was so little that I understood. And it was just so much to process. And I couldn't understand what levers were being pulled or why certain things were happening. And it was just a lot. It was just so much. And so my manager, like I said, she was great. She was great, amazing, fantastic. And I was so sorry to see her go, but she, tried to set me up for success. And when she moved along, I started to report to her manager, who was a director. He was a white man. He was cool. And he was pretty much like, girl, I really don't know what you do, because I'm up here and you down here. But if you ever need my help, ask me and I'll help you figure it out. And I'm like, bet, that works. So largely for my day-to-day, I had a day-to-day manager for 2-3 weeks. And then I was on my own day-to-day. I was on my own day-to-day, figuring out what I'm supposed to be doing, meeting people, making connections, like, I didn't know what to do. I had never had a job for real before. Like, I had never had a corporate job before. And so I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to build alliances and find allies within the company so it can help me realize, how do I do this? Like, how do I navigate this? So I had built my own kind of little network. And then, y'all, then he got pulled for a special project. The director got pulled, and they had assigned me to an interim manager who was a white woman. Okay, she was a white woman. Peak white woman, peak Minnesotan white woman. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. Minnesota they have something called being Minnesota nice, which is basically passive aggressive. And Tierra don't do that. Like, I don't do that well at all. And we were actually cool because we were co-workers before she became my manager. And so I'm thinking, this should still be cool. Like, we should be able to work this out. From the first day, I knew it was not going to go well. We had met with the contractor, and she had asked me to explain something that I didn't know. I have not had nobody telling me what to do every day or like being there for me in weeks. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know stuff. And so I was transparent and I was open, and I said, honestly, I'm not sure right now. And when I tell y'all, she looked at me with pure disgust. When I say she looked at me like jumped back, like, I said, oh, this is not going to end well. The first day that she was my manager, I knew it was not going to end well. And I just knew it. And so, y'all, oh, Lord, y'all, I pray I don't cry. But it was just so bad. She was so negative, very, very negative, not helpful. I had to ask for a 30, 60, 90-day plan. I had to ask for help making my goals because I had not had a manager. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. I had to keep asking her for things that she should have readily given to me, and she acted like I was such a effing burden to her. Like, she literally acted like I made her ass hurt. Like, it was just so, and so it got to the point where no matter what I did, it was just like she would tell me what I did wrong. And it was just like, not sustainable. It hurts so bad. And I'm someone who wants to do well. Okay, if you know me, I want to do well. If you know me, I want to do well. And I felt like no matter what I did, I was not doing well. And it broke me. Mentally, I was in a horrible space. I was so anxious. I was so stressed. I was so depressed. Like, it got to the point that before I woke up in the morning, while I'm still asleep, my stomach would hurt. Because my stomach would be like, oh, bitch, we about to wake up and go to work. Like, I was trying to listen to praise and worship. I was trying to pray in the spirit. Like, I was trying to do all that. I was trying to listen to rap. I was trying to, like, hype myself. Literally, I was having to, like, go into battle every single day. And it was just, like, I just felt like I was set up to fail. And it was just so many little things. And I'm not going to tell y'all every little single thing that happened. But I think it was over Thanksgiving. She called me and was like, you know, I'm going to put you on a performance improvement plan. Y'all, I had been there for 4 months. I think, wait, how many? July, August, September, October, November. 4 months. And you're putting me on a performance improvement plan. I work in human resources. I know how things go. I saw the writing on the wall. And she was pushing me out. She was pushing me out. She was pushing me out. And it was hurtful. Y'all flew my black ass to Minnesota to come work for y'all. And you did not help me. You did not support me. And I was very vocal about not being supported. And I did it in a PC way because I know how white people work. So I can't be like, this is shit. Like, I can't do that. I have to be like, you know, it's kind of not meeting the expectations. And then you got to say all that type of stuff. So I did it. I did it that way. But it was just like, it was just horrible. It was a horrible, horrible experience. I was so stressed and I was just always walking on eggshells, and it didn't help that the people around me didn't know what to say. So often they would just minimize the situation and say, oh, just be positive. You're just giving her too much power. You just have to. And I'm like, she don't like me. She don't want me here. She don't want me collecting this check. She don't want my black ass like making this money. She don't want me here. She never tried to help me. Never tried to help me. On the performance improvement plan, every time I would meet with her and I would be saying what I was doing, she would be like, but what about this? She would always highlight the things I wasn't doing. And it got to like one meeting when I was like, can you just tell me how you feel? Can you tell me what you're thinking? Because I don't know. I don't know. I come up in here every week and I don't know. This lady said, you're not creative. You do the bare minimum. You don't try. When you ask for help, you don't ask for help enough. And when you do, it's stuff you should already know the answer to. Y'all, when I say I was sitting in that chair telling myself, do not quit this job. 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 Everything in me wanted to cuss her out and leave. Like, that's what I wanted to do. But I had a livelihood to sustain and I had to take care of myself. So I knew that I was going to end up being pushed out. Like, I wasn't going to end up being there too much longer. But when I tell you, I was so stressed. I was crying at work. I had a favorite place to cry because I was so stressed so much of the time that I was just like crying. I felt like I was being sabotaged. Like, my mind, I had this meeting that they had me on a special project. And I had this meeting and nobody showed up. Like, it was 2 other people that was supposed to be on the call and they didn't come. And I was like, oh my God, they're trying to sabotage me. Like, my mind was so warped. I felt so scared. Like, I felt like the PTSD, y'all. When I tell y'all, my professional confidence was in the drain, like down the drain, trash. Didn't have none. She took it. She stole it. She stomped on it. I didn't even get to develop it good first. She just demolished it. And I remember the day that they were like, we don't want you to come back no more. I didn't even see it coming, y'all. But I knew, like, in December, that's when we were reassessing. And she was like, oh, we have some things we still need you to finish. You told on yourself. I knew I wasn't going to be there too much longer. And so they let me go technically in January, but paid me through March. And I was depressed, y'all. I was at home in my bed. I needed to thaw out. I felt like I was in ice. Like, because I was so numb. Because I was just so stressed. Like, my body. When I tell y'all, it took me a month after working there to feel hungry again. My stomach started to hurt and I was sitting in my bed. I remember being like, what is that feeling? Oh my God, my stomach hurts. I was hungry. I hadn't even been hungry. I was largely eating because I knew that I should. So it was hard. it was so traumatic. It was so traumatic. Like, it was so traumatic. And I felt so alone. And I felt so isolated. And then I had a really big opportunity to do something that was kind of affiliated with the company, kind of not so much. And my manager, my ex-manager, tried to call me and be like, oh, we heard that you were speaking at this event. What are you going to be talking about? Like, girl, you think I'm about to get up there and say you ain't shit on stage in front of thousands of people? I might be in the hood, of the hood, but not, I don't even in the hood, girl. I wasn't about to do that. So they was trying to maybe like let me speak. Like, are you kidding me, y'all? It was crazy. But I ended up speaking, and I had made some really good connections at the event. And I was like, yes, this is gonna be so good. I was so optimistic, but then Corona hit, and so everything kind of like dried up. And it was just hard. It really was hard. Corporate was not a good place. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know who to talk to. It was just so many mind games. I didn't know. I was vocal, you know, and I didn't know that white people didn't like that. Like, I knew that it made them kind of uncomfortable, but I didn't know that that put a target on my back. And I know that now, but I didn't know. Like, people would be like, oh, how are you doing? I was never like, this is horrible. I was just like, you know, it's tough. It's tough, but I'm making it. Like, I knew not to say outright, this is some bullshit. I knew not to do that, and I never did. I would be crying at work. I'd be crying to people like, I'm just trying to make it through. Because she was my interim. So I'm like, if I could just get to the new manager. The new manager came, and I was like, if I could just make it to him. I couldn't make it, y'all. I was so mentally tired. I was so drained. I couldn't do nothing. I was so just like beat down. I was beat down. And it was hard. To wrap up the episode, I like to do T's Sweet Treat, which is basically me giving you a little piece of advice on the topic. Don't let no job kill your mental health. Don't let no job kill your physical health. Do not give your all to these jobs because they don't care about you. If you die, they will send a little flower. They ain't gonna send nothing. They might send a card. They don't care. They will replace you. They will replace you. The moment that you're not doing what they need you to do, the moment they don't feel like you're showing up the way that they want you to show up, you will be gone. So do not devote yourself to these jobs because they don't love you. Don't love these jobs because these jobs don't love you. And then my last segment is good to the last drop, and that's where I leave you with some encouraging words. So I would just like to say, I hope that you know that you are worth living a life that you enjoy. You are made to do more than just pay bills and die. Life is so much more than just the routine, and I hope that you lean into each day and try to find joy. I think so often we're looking for those really high heights, and we're looking for those really strong achievements, and we want to think about, like, you know, these really great, awesome things, but like those only happen every so often. If you're only living for those achievements, the next high, you have a lot of lows in the middle. And so try to find joy in the middle. So much of life is the middle. You know what I mean? So much of life is the middle. And when you can realize that that's where the importance lies, and you add joy to the middle, your life will feel so much better. I've been really intent about adding joy to the middle, whether that's turning on a dance, like turning on some Meg Thee Stallion, you know, twerk a little bit during my work day, whether that's eating a little snack. I don't really do that no more, but I used to come, ooh. Okay, food used to be my little treat, honey. I'll get me a little icy cup, a little cherry ice cup from Dollar Tree. That's my favorite store. Shout out to Dollar Tree. So yeah, y'all, just find some joy. Whatever joy looks like for you, whether that's a bubble bath, a pedicure, you know, a day with your boys. Find some joy. Buy some merch. Normalizing Perfect Lives. Get you a little Get Healthy tea mug. And, you know, until next time, thank you for sipping the tea with me, your girl T, and it's been a pleasure. Bye.